Hello Year 9 and welcome to your PSHE lesson today, which is focusing on choices and pathways at Key Stage 4. This lesson and the lesson that precedes it is also running alongside your pathways assemblies and your booklets that are going to be sent home. We're going to start by looking at a quote taken from Eleanor Roosevelt. Eleanor Roosevelt was America's first Lady, but stood in her own right, working tirelessly at the United Nations, standing up for people's human rights. And she says, "I am who I am today because of the choices I made yesterday." I'd like you to reflect on that quote as we help you and guide you through some of the options that are available to you after Key Stage 3. Initially, we are going to start looking at some background information at Key Stage 4. So the Key Stage 4 curriculum has undergone a significant amount of reform in recent years. You may have older siblings or friends who attained GCSE grades using the A star to U grading scale. However, now all GCSE subjects are graded from 1 to 9, and I will explain more about the old to new correlation on the next slide. Vocational qualifications have also been reformed, and these are vocational subjects, practical qualifications that relate directly to specific jobs or the career sector. There is now a greater emphasis on external assessments and controlled assessments, which means either a written examination paper or written assessments in controlled and examination conditions are now required. So here is the example of how the new reformed 1 to 9 scale compares to the previous GCSE A to U grading system. There isn't a perfect match-up between number and letter, as you can see. However, if you look at the screen, a grade 4, which is a standard pass, is in the region of what used to be a low grade C. And a grade 5 is a high C, and 6 closer to the old grade B. Looking at the top of the scale, the highest grade is a grade 9. And as you can see from it, this would be the very top proportion of the old A star grade. I'm going to leave that on the screen in front of you now, just so that you can have a look, in case you're not aware of how the new number grading system correlates against the old A to U grading. So let's have a look at the time frame then for options. There is a timeline in front of you which will explain how the process of pathways is going to work. Firstly, you will take part in 2 PSHE lessons focusing on pathways and careers. There will also be an assembly presentation for you. After half term, there will be a series of assemblies presented to you by different option teachers, and they will talk through their specific option subjects and give you the details that you need. On March the 9th, there's a careers fair where you will have the opportunity to explore some further careers choices and further education choices. This is complemented by the Aspirations Day held on March the 8th, where you will listen and engage in some amazing talks from specific careers leaders that you've shown interest in already. On March the 14th, there will also be a Pathways evening for your parents and carers to listen to, and Pathways options will be explained and shared with them. You will then take some time and you will discuss all of the process with parents and carers, and your Pathways choices can be handed in on March the 24th. Don't worry about remembering all of these key dates. We will be reminding you the whole way along. So during today's session, you're going to think about your future, what interests you, and how Bishop Challoner Catholic College can assist you in making some important decisions. There's a short task to do now. Using your books or paper in front of you, I'd like you to create a mind map that focuses on your specific qualities. What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? And once you've thought of 4 or 5 of those qualities and skills that you have, I'd like you to attach those qualities that you have to subjects that you study or you think you would like to study at Key Stage 4. For example, if you're a logical thinker, you could link that to maths or science amongst other subjects. The presentation can be paused here to give you ample time for the task and for a discussion afterwards. We're going to do a little quiz now. It's just a very simple one with 3 questions, and they've all got true or false as the answer. And we're really just looking at some GCSE myths. So number 1, some GCSE courses are easier than others. Do you think that is true or false? And number 2, courses like art, media studies and PE only have practical lessons. There's absolutely no theory involved. Is that true or false? And thirdly, if you choose the wrong subjects now, you won't be able to study what you want at university. Is that true or is that false? So number 1, some GCSE courses are easier than others, is false. All GCSEs are weighted equally. They are regarded equally. That's not to say that somebody might find one GCSE course more appropriate for them than another, but GCSE courses are all regarded equal. Courses like arts, media studies and PE only have practical lessons. There's no theory, no written work. That is absolutely false. Although those subjects will have practical aspects to them, they are also engaging in written work, theory, often written exams as well. And the third one, if you choose the wrong subjects now, you won't be able to study what you want at university. That is also false. Whilst it helps to have a good idea of what you might like to study in the future, what you study now won't stop you from studying something later on at university. So hopefully that has busted a couple of common GCSE myths for you. So what are GCSEs and why do we do them? GCSE qualifications give students a broad general knowledge across a range of subjects. It's important to remember that at GCSE level, you're looking at a range of subject areas. Post-GCSE, students can become increasingly specialised, and then you do usually level 3 qualifications like A-levels, BTECs or T-levels. BTECs at this post-16 level will be phased into T-levels. These are new courses which follow GCSEs and are equivalent to 3 A-levels. They've been developed in collaboration with employers and businesses so that the content prepares students specifically for industry and work, and they combine classroom and on-the-job experiences. After this level, you then specialise again through higher level qualifications, for example, diplomas or degrees. Now, this seems so far away and it is a lot to take in. While that's true, that lots of this is in the future, just like Eleanor Roosevelt said in the quote earlier, the choices you make now will impact the future. So it's an important time for you to think about the qualities that you possess, the skills that you want to learn, and the new areas and subjects that you want to discover. So I'm going to talk to you now about compulsory GCSE subjects. Compulsory meaning you have to take them. The government says that all students in England, Wales and Northern Ireland have to study English, maths and science until they're 16. As Bishop Challoner Catholic College is a Catholic school, GCSE religious studies is also compulsory, meaning you have to take it. And then all schools must offer at least one further GCSE option from the following themes. So you will be offered subjects from design and technology, from humanities, that means history and geography, from the arts, for example, performing arts or art or media studies, and from modern foreign languages. A range of the subjects available will be shown to you at a later point in this presentation. So where can you go for some help and some advice? Well, Unifrog is a wonderful resource that you will all have a unique access code to. Once you've logged on, you can look at the subject library, which will guide you to look at some specific careers, and you could go into it by studying certain subjects. Also, the Careers Library will provide you with the opportunity to explore all types of careers using this function. If you have any queries or you can't remember your login details which have been sent to you via your school email address, then you can contact Miss Darby using the email address that's on the screen. You should have some time available at the end of this session to explore the website and have a look at some of the opportunities it's got on offer for you. You can also see the Careers Pilot website, which is an invaluable resource compiled by our own careers team. Again, use the time at the end of this lesson to have a look and see what you can find on this. Finally, if you'd like some advice on careers, you can contact Miss Darby, who is our careers lead, using the email address, which again is on the screen in front of you. There will be some information from Miss Darby about Unifrog, and if you haven't had an email with your login details, please make your PSHE teacher aware, and then we can get that sorted for you immediately. When you've had a look and you've spoken to your parents and you still have no idea, then don't worry. If after exploring your career options and using your favourite subjects to search for inspiration, you're still unsure of which GCSEs to choose, it is okay. We would advise to choose a selection of GCSEs that will provide you with as many different skills as possible. And here are some examples of skills that are affiliated with certain subjects within different themes. So, if you're going to study humanities, it's great for communication skills, research, analytical and critical thinking, problem solving, and the ability to work independently. If you look at taking modern foreign languages, it's going to really help you with your communication skills, assessing and interpreting information. It's going to help you build up a cultural knowledge of what it's like to live in a different country or a different city. It's going to help with your presentation and preciseness of work. If you're thinking about taking an art subject, that's going to help with your creative skills, your focus, your perseverance, your self-discipline. And if you're thinking about looking at design and technology as an area, that's going to help you with technical ability, problem-solving skills, communication skills, and also your creativity. So there's some food for thought on this slide, and I'd like you to just spend a couple of minutes looking at it or go back to it after the presentation has finished and make some notes. So here are some of the key features of the Year 9 Pathways 2023. Every pupil will follow a particular guided pathway, and it will be one of the three, either red, blue or green. Your guided pathway is determined by your academic progress made throughout Key Stage 3, and it takes up until the end of Year 9 into consideration, so your pathway could be subject to change. Here are the three pathways that we provide for you at Bishop Challoner. Those who have the red pathway will study French and geography or history, or both geography and history. Those who have the blue pathway will have French as an option and will choose between geography and history. And the students who have the green pathway will select up to 4 subjects from an available range, and I'll go through some of those in a moment. You will receive your own individual pathway form to complete, and it will show you the choices that are unique to you and available to you. And here are some of the options that will be on some of your forms: art and design, BTEC sport, performing arts, specialising in musical theatre, BTEC health and social care, business and enterprise, hospitality and catering, ICT, creative media, computing, business, geography, French, history, media studies, music, design technology, and PE. And I'll leave that on the screen in front of you for just a moment so that you can have a look. Your guided option forms will be given to you in March. So some final thoughts and tips for you then to finish off this session today. Once you have received your pathway form and the guidance that goes with it, spend some time reading through it and make sure you understand your option choices. Please have a look at Unifrog, and for any advice, speak to Miss Darby. Again, her email address is on the screen for you. You can also speak to Miss Darby for any careers advice that you need. Think about option areas that you are genuinely interested in. And spend some time. You can look back through this presentation, which will be available for you on class charts, and think which subjects offer the skills that you would like to acquire. If you have any questions, please ask your PSHE teacher today, and use the rest of the time in today's session to go through the tasks mentioned in the presentation. Again, if you have any issues logging into Unifrog, please let your teacher know immediately, and they can get you a new login details from Miss Darby. These should have been sent to you through your school email address, so it's worth logging into this and using the search bar for any guidance there. Good luck, and I hope you enjoy the Pathways process.